First of all, very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter biotechnology and its application. And the topic is biotechnology in agriculture and medicine. So, in previous class, first we revise our previous class content, then we proceed to the today's topic. In previous class, we have already discussed about the biotechnology in agriculture. So how we get the genetically modified organism for increasing the yield of our products or the crop. Simply the BT cotton produced by the biotechnology in which the plant have the genes of Bacillus thuringiensis. In previous class, in previous chapter, in the strategies of the food production, we already discussed how before the biotechnology we can use the organic farming, in which we can use the living organism, different living organism for destroy, so that we destroy the those organisms which harm our crop only. So beside use of different insecticides or pesticides, because use of insecticides, pesticides are not specific, or they when we use this such type of chemicals, actually they destroy the other organism, other living insect. Those are generally not cause any effect in our crop field, in our crop. So why we use the pesticide or insecticide? Because if we make the plant resistant for a disease, so the plant without use of insecticides or pesticides, plants are able to destroy the specific insects. So we can reduce the use of the other insecticides or pesticides, because they indirectly they also cause harm in human, cause harm, or they are actually harmful for the human. Now in the BT production of BT cotton, simply the genes of Bacillus thuringiensis introduced into the plant, or now the genes which actually synthesize toxins. The genes actually synthesize toxins that target to caterpillar larva of. So plant BT cotton actually cause resistant for the caterpillar larva of butterfly, because caterpillar larva actually destroy or make holes in the fruit of the cotton. So that's why these are important to know about the BT toxin, simply because in when we introduce the genes of BT or Bacillus thuringiensis in the cotton plant, the plants are now able, with the help of agrobacterium or simply agrobacterium, introduce the genes of Bacillus thuringiensis, by which the plants are able to the plants now are able to synthesize such type of toxin which are synthesized by the Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria. Now in the plant they are present in active form, but when they transfer into the gut of the larva, they are converted into the active toxin. Due to this, porphyration cause in the gut wall of the larvae or exudate the overall fluid which is present in the gut outside the lumen, or thus cause the death of the larvae. So overall these are the effect. Now another is the RNA interference. Another method is from pest resistant plant. Pest resistant plants. So how we make the pest resistant plant? BT cotton are insect resistant plant, but some more other diseases are caused by the another pest, that is Miledogyne incognitia. Incognitia cause disease in tobacco plant. So a nematode cause disease in nematode Miledogyne Indonesia. That cause disease in the root of tobacco plant. Cause infection in the root of tobacco plant. In the root of tobacco plant. In the root of tobacco plant. And overall these cause the decrease in the yield of tobacco. So thus they cause decrease in the yield of tobacco. In the yield of tobacco. So overall these are the in the yield of tobacco. So how we make pest resistant plant, that plants are able to develop resistant for the Miledogyne incognitia. Now the Miledogyne incognitia actually introduced their RNA, or with the RNA they synthesize their protein. RNA for the synthesis of protein. Actually we use the RNA interference strategies which actually happen in the all eukaryotic cells, where the double-stranded RNA formation occur during the viral infection. When any virus introduced in our cell, so our eukaryotic cell make the anti or complementary strand of that RNA to form or make the double-stranded RNA, or whenever the RNA undergoes in degeneration, the complementary strand also gets synthesized in the eukaryotic cell to the formation of double-stranded RNA, where by the different method or with the help of different enzymes, slicer, dicer, for example, the cutting or fragments of mRNA happen by the formation of double-stranded RNA. The making of double-stranded RNA utilized for the silencing of gene. So how we silence the gene in the eukaryotic cell? So a natural method happen in eukaryotic cells, that is RNA interference. RNA interference. So what is RNA interference? How eukaryotic cell RNA interference. How the RNA interference work in eukaryotic cell? RNA interference. RNA interference is a natural method of eukaryotic cell in which in the eukaryotic cell through the RNA interference, the silencing of the genetic material of RNA happen. So if if the cell do not want to synthesize any type of protein from that type of RNA, from any RNA, so the RNA undergoes an interference where the complementary strand also gets synthesized from the DNA, or the double stranded formation of RNA occur, due to which overall the silencing of DNA occur. So they cause silencing of RNA. Due to formation of complementary mRNA, double stranded RNA. Due to formation of complementary strand of RNA, strand of mRNA. So what is the meaning of strand of complementary strand of mRNA? So during the synthesis of mRNA, because here is double stranded DNA molecule, double stranded only DNA, where the mRNA form, or mRNA is single stranded for the protein synthesis, and also for the attachment of the tRNA anticodon on the mRNA. Now during the formation of double stranded RNA, from which this mRNA synthesized, because the mRNA synthesized from the DNA, which is present in the direction of 3' to 5', because synthesis always occurs in the direction of 5' to 3' in direction. So the other strand which having direction in 5' to 3', they also undergoes in synthesis to form the complementary strand of mRNA. That complementary strand have antisense RNA, and they form double or triple hydrogen bond in between the nucleotides present on the mRNA. So here is the formation of double stranded mRNA. Double stranded mRNA. So complementary RNA is complementary RNA. Now double stranded RNA. Then double stranded RNA undergoes slicing and dicing and breakdown of these double stranded RNA by the different enzyme slicer and dicer. Another is a different kind of enzyme. Now by the method of RNA interference, there is breakdown of the mRNA, which we do not form the protein from that type of RNA, because this RNA is of viral RNA is present, or because viral infection, during the viral infection, virus transmit their genetic material. If the virus genetic material is RNA, or the mobile or transposon mobile RNA or genetic material is present in the virus, or they introduce their genetic material into our cells, so the genetic material of virus destroyed by the RNA through the RNA interference. So here is the natural process which already occur in the eukaryotic cell. By this method, we generally we also destroy the nematode RNA, because miledogyne in Cognitia also transfer their RNA, or actually through the mRNA they also synthesize their own protein from the plant nutrients. So they use the plant nutrients for the synthesis of their own protein. So if we introduce through the agrobacterium, we introduce the antisense RNA also of the miledogyne in Cognitia. So they form the double or triple hydrogen bond with the RNA of miledogyne in Cognitia. So how we use such method of the RNA interference? So it is so easy. to understand the RNA interference to inhibit the growth of the Miladogyne in Cognitia. Miladogyne in Cognitia. So how we introduce the antisense RNA, mRNA of Miladogyne in Cognitia? Simply we use the Agrobacterium TI plasmid. In previous class, Agrobacterium tumefaciens use have the TI plasmid, or they infect the plant cell and cause crown gall disease, or in the TI plasmid the auxin or cytokinin genes are present, or they actually cause the growth of plant at this. In fact, normally the phenomena of Agrobacterium tumefaciens is they have the TI plasmid, tumor inducing plasmid, So through the tumor inducing plasmid, the agrobacteriums utilize the nutrients of plant or synthesize their own protein. So thus cause the crown gall disease. So we use the TI plasmid just only of the Agrobacterium tumefaciens for the transfer of our gene only. So what actually we do, this is the TI plasmid. We introduce in the TI plasmid the antisense gene of Miladogyne. So here is the antisense gene, of Miladogyne. Antisense gene of Miladogyne in Cognitia. Miladogyne. Now, when we introduce the antisense gene of Miladogyne into the TI plasmid of Agrobacterium, now then we introduce the recombinant. Now this DNA or genetic material or plasmid is recombinant DNA. So introduced in Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and now such bacteria actually use their natural method or transfer this TI plasmid, or from this recombinant TI plasmids now plants are able to synthesize the antisense RNA too, because the mRNA of Miladogyne is already present in the cell of plant. Now, when this segment antisense gene which is present on TI plasmid also synthesize the antisense mRNA, thus make the double-stranded RNA, or in the natural method of eukaryotic cells, double-stranded RNA will go in RNA interference, that is undergo in degeneration process. So there is degeneration of this mRNA of Miladogyne, or thus cause the overall inhibition of the growth of Miladogyne. So overall they inhibit. Due to this, because from the natural mRNA of Miladogyne synthesize their protein from the mRNA. Now, if the mRNA form double or triple hydrogen bond with the antisense mRNA, or cause the double-stranded RNA undergoes in the RNA interference, because the cells of the Miladogyne in the plants too belong to the eukaryotic cells, so undergoes in the RNA interference and cause the silencing of this mRNA. So Miladogyne mRNA is silenced by the formation of antisense mRNA, because antisense mRNA because the antisense gene present on the TI plasmid. We introduce through the Agrobacterium tumefaciens the TI plasmid into the plant cell. Plant cell synthesize the antisense mRNA, or antisense form the double and triple hydrogen bond with the mRNA and thus cause the double stranded RNA, or these double stranded RNA goes the silencing of gene. When the gene gets silenced, so protein are generally not synthesized by the myelodyne, thus inhibit the overall growth of myelodyne. So the plant get resistant due to the presence of TI plasmid, due to the presence of antisense mRNA into the TI plasmid, or thus they are safe from the nematode, the infection causing nematode. So overall, this is about the. Next is the biotechnological applications in medicine. Biotechnological application in medicine. So biotechnological application in medicine, we are going to discuss about the genetic engineered insulin, formation of genetically engineered insulin. Insulin So genetically engineered insulin, how we are able to prepare genetically engineered insulin. So in the medical shop, the insulin or generally the insulin which are used for the treatment of diabetic patient, those insulin are modified or formed by the biotechnology, or through the biotechnology, or with the use of E. coli bacteria. So how we use the insulin? How can we use the insulin synthesized by the E. coli bacteria? Because the insulin synthesized by the E. coli bacteria are same insulin which are generally synthesized in the human body. So that insulin will be same as synthesized, equally same that are synthesized in the human body. So how we can synthesize insulin through the biotechnology, or first we in the biotechnology principle and processes, we already discussed the process of the biotechnology. So first we isolate the gene or insulin gene from the human cell, then introduce into the vector, and then vector introduce into the E. coli cell. Now E. coli cell are able to synthesize the human insulin, but the challenge for the synthesis of human insulin is that normally the insulin formation of insulin hormone in human body as prohormone, or then the shorting of insulin takes place in the Golgi body, but there is not such type of quality present in the E. coli. So how we synthesize the insulin hormone through the E. coli? First, in our body, in the human body, insulin hormone, insulin synthesized as prohormone, or prohormone consists of 3 polypeptide chain formed by 3 polypeptide chain. So in the 3 polypeptide chain, the A polypeptide, then C, and here is B polypeptide chain. So A, B, and this from here to here C peptide. A peptide, B peptide. A peptide and B peptide. But in the pro-hormone or in the hormone, insulin hormone, there is quite difference. The hormone, mature hormone, do not have C peptide. So in the sorting, in the protein sorting, which is takes place in the Golgi body, the C peptide removed out from the pro-hormone, or it is converted into the mature hormone, insulin, which have only A peptide and B peptide, which is formed by or connected with each other through the disulfide linkage, disulfide bond. Disulfide bond. Disulfide bond. So pro-hormone or proenzyme, do not have such type of C peptide, but in mature hormone there is presence of C peptide. In the proenzyme there is presence of C peptide, but in mature hormone there is the C peptide removed from the polypeptide chain and converted into the prohormone, and both the chain linked with the disulfide bridge. In previously they are also linked with the disulfide bridge, but these two strands. Now later A and B is connected with the disulfide bridge. Now bond. So overall, this is challenge to make the mature hormone by E. coli, because the mature hormone do not have the C peptide. When we isolate the gene of insulin, in the gene of insulin, the C peptide gene for the C peptide is also present. So how we separate this strand, the peptide from the mature from the proenzyme to make the mature hormone? Simply we isolate the gene for A peptide separately. Here is the gene A peptide, or gene for B peptide separately. Both separately linked into two different kind of E. coli. So another set of one set of E. coli synthesize A peptide only, and another set of E. coli synthesize B peptide only, and both A and B linked by the disulfide bond, or disulfide bond formed in between. Disulfide bond, because there is also the sulfide group is also, sulfur group is already present in the cysteine or methionine. Wherever in the peptide chain the cysteine and methionine is present, methionine are present, they form disulfide linkage itself. Now the first company who synthesized biotechnology, who synthesized insulin in 1983 was Eli Lilly. Is an American company biotechnological company who synthesized the first insulin hormone for the human use. Previously, the insulin hormone extracted from the other mammal like pig, horses, goat, sheep, etc. But that insulin hormone caused the allergy in human, or not so effective. Now this insulin hormone is purely human insulin hormone, because they are synthesized by the human gene, but with the use of E. coli bacteria and through the biotechnological application. So here is the overall about the biotechnological application in medicine, in the formation of insulin, human insulin, or also the biotechnology in agriculture for making the pest resistant plant. So students, I hope you like this video. Keep listening and watching me, and thank you for listening and watching me.